we're gonna make iced Thai coffee. So iced Thai coffee is pretty similar to the Vietnamese coffee, other than the way that you make the grounds. So one is that we are using a Thai coffee. It's kind of like an instant coffee, and it does have these different ingredients. Like it does have coffee, which is about half of this, corn and soybean as well. So all of those are kind of mixed up, and I believe that they are what do you call it? I'm having a hard time thinking this morning. I need more coffee. That they are all processed together whenever the coffee is made, so that it adds that different flavor. It's kind of like using chicory in coffee. It adds a unique flavor that is very regional. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the one thing that you're gonna need is you're gonna need this, which looks like it's for catching butterflies, but it is a coffee sock, and it is specifically for Thai coffee. I don't think any other places use this, but what it really is just a reusable filter for coffee, so that you can pour water through it. And a lot of places what they'll do is they'll pour it through and then take that container and then pour that into this again. They'll keep pouring it. I use it for steeping, and I have this really handy dandy jar that I use because this fits perfectly on top. All right, well, let's get into it. First of all, we're gonna start the water. So we need boiling water. And while that is boiling, we're gonna go ahead and put in this. So what the instructions say on this is you're gonna do 4 tablespoons of coffee per cup of water. So we are probably gonna make about 1.5 cups, so we'll need about 6 tablespoons or so. And honestly, I've done this exact, and I've done it kind of, you know, just measuring by eye, and I haven't noticed much of a difference between measuring with this and doing it by eye. The flavor is about the same. So if you think this is about 1, we'll just go ahead and measure it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Haha. All right. So the coffee in there, we're going to, the way that the process is going to work is you're going to steep the coffee in this for 5 or 6 minutes. It depends on what you're going for. You can, if you put it in more, you will get a more richer flavor in it. I've let it steep for what I consider too long, and the flavor was still really good. And we're going to use another container that doesn't have ice in it. And what we're going to use this for is the place that we're going to stir in sweetened condensed milk. And so the process is you want your coffee to be hot going into this so that it can blend in. So we're going to add, I would say, a couple of tablespoons. This is really up to you. If you like it super sweet, add more. If you like it less, add less. You can also add sugar to it as well. So if you don't want a lot of milk, but you do want it pretty sweet, then you can always add a sweetener to it as well. This is how much we're gonna go with. Water's almost done. I'm gonna let that go. All right, I cannot hear it. There it goes. So, what we're gonna do is we are going to pour this into the container, and I'm using the cup measurement on the side. So literally just pour it in until we get about 1.5 cups of water. And as you can see, it's going to be blooming on the top. Like this. And we're gonna wait, I'd say 2 to 3 minutes. You can let it go longer. There's actually not a time on this at all. It just says to mix it and strain it out. That's all it says in the instructions on here. So we are not gonna worry about that too much. And as you can see from the front here, that the strainer is basically just in the bottom of this, and the water is getting nice and dark. And that's what you're looking for, is you're looking for that really rich flavor that you get from this type of coffee, this Thai coffee. And I'd recommend, like, we have links to the coffee that I'm using, as well as the strainer in the bio, as well as there should be product descriptions for Amazon. So check it out. And let's see here. And you can smell, like, it's just got this really rich smell. It's hard to describe. It almost smells sweet, but if you've ever had a Thai coffee, you know exactly that kind of flavor that I'm talking about. It's very unique for Thai coffee. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to strain this. I'm gonna try to get out as much as possible from here. And we're gonna set this off to the side. Okay, and then this is what you're left with. So you're left with this really dark, rich coffee. And then you're gonna take the container that we have the sweetened condensed milk in and pour it in. Okay. And then I have the handy dandy whisk, and I'm just going to stir it. And then what you should see is the color will start to lighten up, and you want to try to get this as stirred as possible. You can already see the color is changing to this lighter color. And I can still see some of the sweetened condensed milk on the bottom, so we are going to try to get all of that up. That's the good stuff. Okay, so now what you're left with is this. It's still warm, but the sweetened condensed milk is cold, so it brought that temperature down a little bit. And then you're going to take that and you're going to pour it right into a glass container full of ice. And that's it. And try to pour it on the ice. Try to let it cool down. Wow, that's pretty, isn't it? And you can see the cream on the top. Look at that. And then, so traditionally what you would do is you would add like a evaporated milk on it. I actually ran out. So we're just going to use standard milk and pour a little bit on the top. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a swirl. And that is a iced Thai coffee. Iced Thai coffee. There you go. Look at that. And it is just amazing. So the amount that I added just gives a little bit of sweetness to it. It's not overly sweet. And you definitely get that kind of ice. Again, it's the only way I can describe it is it tastes like a really good Thai coffee. But that is what the Oleong powder really helps with, is that flavor, that corn, soybean, and coffee flavor. Yeah, this is like great for about 10 or 11 o'clock whenever you need a little pick-me-up in the day. This is just amazing. Oh yeah, it's really good. So anyways, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure that you check out any of the products that I'm showing here. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. Ask us about what you saw and anything that might have come up. That would be great. So thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it and have a great Friday.